am the oracle Apollo. Come share your light with me. These messages I follow, restoring balance unto thee. Do not be afraid, you're part of saving grace. Do not hesitate, let's reignite your faith. Divine encounters, aurora light. Divine encounters, our life's design. I am the oracle Apollo.
Thank you for joining me, the Oracle of Apollo, your Aquarius water-bearing hostess, Dominique Rivera. And you are watching Divine Encounters. Thank you all for these beautiful souls that have arrived today. This show tonight will be all about shifting your perspective, eye-opening, and maybe having a conversation within your own home. And before we get into anything today, make sure you have your high quality H2O. I know I have a plastic bottle and I promise I will recycle this. But to your health, wealth, and prosperity. So I actually had a guest today who was scheduled to come on and then kind of just blew me off and didn't even respond to my phone calls or text messages. So I have no idea whatever happened to him. I hope he's okay and that it was just an accident or something. But yeah. So with that being said, it's okay. It's just been like a really odd day for me. I had two of my friends supposed to come over today. One of them got a fever this morning, and then the other one's car broke down. So I'm just like, what is, and then my guest didn't come. And I'm like, what is happening? What in the world is happening today? Hi, Carrie. Thank you for being here. So it's just been a really rando day. So with that time, we just winded up putting new lights in my car, which they look super cute. Thank you everybody for being here. Hi, Lori. Hi, Judith. I'm really excited about today's episode. So what happened was I have a winner today. She's actually showing up right now and she's going to be our guest. So she's doubling up today, which is pretty amazing. And I'm really excited to bring her on. So I'm happy for that. You know what? Since today was going to be about music and muses, I figured today we could talk about spooky stories. So I hope if we go paranormal, because we're usually on the opposite spectrum of that everybody's okay with that. If you feel like, Oracle, that is a terrible idea. We definitely don't want to hear any paranormal stories today. Let me know, and I will keep all my spooky stories to myself. However, the flip side of that coin is I thought, how fun would it be that if you guys at home had a scary story, even if it's like 3 or 4 minutes long, I will put the link to this episode right there in the comment section, and you can jump right on in today and pop up on screen and share a spooky story. I mean, it's Halloween week. I thought that would be pretty fun, even if it's just a quick 4-minute story. I would love to have you on today. I know it's so rando, and let's share some spooky stories today. So let's go ahead and see if we can bring on Dawn, who's our winner today / now guest. But I think her camera just went black. Nope, her camera's right there. Okay, hi, Dawn. I'm going to bring you on now, okay? So you can just sit your phone down, and then everyone throw your hearts up and thumbs up. And yay to figuring things out. When you get lemons, you got to make some lemonade or lemon meringue pie, because I really like that. Hey, Dawn, thanks for being here.
Hey, excuse the hair.
Oh, we all know this was last minute, so everybody, we gotta excuse Dawn's hair.
Yes,
Um,
please God.
you look fabulous either way.
Thank you.
So why don't you let everyone at home know a little bit about who you are and your background?
Hi, my name is Dawn Grandpa Mary. I was born and raised here in Philadelphia. I'm 49, married, one child, grown. And I am Wiccan. I have been a practicing priestess in the Wiccan religion for about 17 years. I also was a co-founder to a paranormal team at one point called Sisters of Ghost Hunting. I left there. I worked with Horsham Paranormal as a researcher but I have experience in the paranormal field and for a long time now. And I believe the abilities run in both sides of my family, especially my father's side. It's all Scotch Irish and Cherokee. So I believe there's probably ancestors of Druid in there and maybe some Native American. Um, I also have a tarot card business, which is on the screen there. It's Powerwitch Tarot Cards. You can find me on Facebook. Do readings. I do phone readings. I do over the phone. Even FaceTime. There's a link to PayPal and everything. But I have a lot of experiences, with being Wiccan and helping people, helping them heal. Also, and slash with the paranormal field of, going out and helping people that have issues or problems that are spiritual that they didn't know where, you know, they needed help and they didn't understand. A lot of people don't accept it. A lot of people, kind of what we do, Oracle with like they kind of people fear what they don't understand.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So you're a great beacon of light to help them and guide them in that manner. So thank you for being here for
Oh, you're welcome.
especially last minute because it
Oh,
was
it's
like
okay. I enjoy all this. So,
and I think we met at a nail salon. Is that right,
yes,
Dawn?
we did. We met at Dominique, Miss Oracle here, does probably about I'd say about 3-4 years ago, at
Yeah,
least
it's
at
been a
least 3 years
while.
ago. So I think she was going to do
I
trans
was doing
medium.
mediumship readings in the nail
You were
salon.
doing the trans medium readings, and I was sitting getting my just finishing drying my nails or getting my nails on and going to dry them, and I had this silver ring on. I don't have it on right now, but I had this silver ring on, and it's a long thick band, and it has had the carved triple goddess moon symbols in it with a moonstone. And you leaned over this beautiful woman who I'd never met before, leaned with the biggest smile, and she was so sweet. She said, "I love your ring," and I said, "Oh, thank you." And I told her where I got it, and the girl that makes them is now in California, and she's rebranded several times. Sometime I'll send you the link to it. I forget how to pronounce it. It sounds like some kind of Native American word, like Hinuchi or Hainuchi. She used to be Tribe brand, but she also styled for like Free People, the clothing that like they're based here. Most of the stores are a chain. I know some are in Philadelphia. But we started speaking, and I noticed the one. It was like a yellow, like a citrine or an amber that you were wearing, and you were telling me about it, and we were talking about that I had past life, and another medium had told me that I was a herbalist in Salem during the witch trials, and I was supposedly burned at the stake. Now, history dictates and tells us that no one there were only maybe, the pressings of the stones and hangings. But I mean, I've listened to other podcasts that there's a couple that live there, and that they delve so much more back into the history, and I've actually visited there about 3 summers ago, and there's so much more that went on there that we don't know.
I agree.
Besides the things that were going on, the burning times in Europe at one point, there's so much more ignorance and cruelty that went on here. And I said I visited Proctor's Ledge, which is the original hanging ledge, and all the other memorials. And every time I put a stone, because people leave stones at it, I said to each one of those people who perished, I said, because of you, I practice free. Because of you,
Wow.
I practice free.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
and that's really powerful. It's honoring those the people who've come before us. And I don't know if, wait, let me turn. Maybe if I turn this way. So you guys can't see, but down there I actually have my Japanese lineage for Reiki practitioner, Reiki teacher, master teachers. And because of them, I practice free. So I do turn on a candle and an incense for them every day. And I thank them for letting me practice what I practice, which is, my healing modality. Otherwise, I'd still be disabled and asking everybody to help me out of bed, take me to the bathroom, et cetera, et
Oh,
cetera.
I
So,
know all about that. I have chronic pain fibromyalgia for about a good
mm,
8 years now. As a matter of fact, I'm going to see my rheumatologist tomorrow in the afternoon, and it just came on. I have peripheral neuropathy in my feet, but I also am myself a level 1 Reiki.
and
Um,
it's very important to maintain that practice. Dawn, before we get into all of these wonderful, I know we're gonna just flow here because I already feel it. We don't even really need a topic today. We're just gonna flow and have a chat here
yeah,
today.
I'm sorry, so I have a tendency to talk too much.
No, you're okay. You're okay.
Okay.
But we have a little bit of an order for the show. So we like to
Oh,
start off each
absolutely.
episode with the good news. And so, Dawn, I want you to just pay attention to the message for the day. And this is for everybody, of course. And then notice what's highlighted in this message. I'm going to read one card for the collective. And to that, I say, what's good? Alrighty, today's card. I didn't pull an angel blessing. Let me do that now. It's Angel Celestina blessing the collective with support. Make sure you're claiming your angel blessings there in the comment section below. And if you guys notice, also real quickly, I posted a link there in the comment section below. So if you want to pop on today's show and be an impromptu guest and share a spooky story today, I would love to hear it. All right, here we go. Today's card is going to be, let me mute myself on the second microphone. There we go, no echo. The Royal You. Do you know what it means to express personal sovereignty in your life? It's about how you hold to your inner sense of worth and integrity, secure in your belief that you have a unique purpose. It's about feeling comfortable in your own skin, knowing who you are and that nothing outside you can challenge your authentic self. The hard won seat of awareness that you have earned. You are the ruler of your mind, and you're being invited now to consider what discipline you need to apply to your thoughts. Are they consistent with the values and beauty you intend for your life? Is it important now to keep your focus on what is right and good for you as well as others? Challenges in your life at this time, no matter how large or how small, it must be met with a measured response. If life sends you a challenge, can you speak up and set your boundaries with grace and surety? Calm, intelligent leadership is called for now. Sovereigns know when to plan their battles, so stay out of the unnecessary skirmishes and strategically wield your personal power. Now is the time to lead from the heart, from your authenticity, and from your integrity. Hold your head high and know your worth. This is the mark of a true sovereign. Wow. Okay, so you guys at home, let me know which words stood out for you during this message today. I feel energy coming in.
Me
Let me know
too.
what. Yeah, it just started, right?
Yeah,
Let
a
me
little
know
bit.
what stands out for you guys. It feels like it's like on the right hand side, and let me know what highlighted for you here, and let me know how do you feel you're putting up boundaries. How are you being called right now to put boundaries? Do you recognize how to put up boundaries in a graceful way? What stands out for you, Dawn, from this message today?
Always, and as a matter of fact, I actually said it to, ironically, to two or three different people, like just in conversation. I always tell people, not just women, but mostly women most of the time, but I always tell women to know their worth,
Mm,
and that was in that message of the day. Know your worth, and you, and knowing your worth, you set those boundaries with people,
absolutely.
and sometimes we don't want to with family or friends. And this, like I said, this goes for both male, female, however you identify, transgender, LGBTQ, anybody in the world. If you're being mistreated or you're being hurt by someone, there has to be where you draw the line. You have to
Yes.
always know your worth, because people deserve better. People
I was
deserve
speak
that love and respect, and
absolutely.
it's not, it's not given, it's earned. and
It's earned
respect.
and it is practice. I was just speaking with someone the day before yesterday, a student of mine who was having someone at their community center continue to cross boundaries, and they brought it back with them, and they didn't know how to approach it. And I said, here was the mistake. The mistake was that you brought it back with you. And what I mean by that is that you didn't correct it in the exact moment that it occurred. Okay. Boundaries are created in the moment that something occurs. That moment that you feel like, whoa, did they just do that? Did they just say that? That feeling right there, that means someone is crossing your boundary. And now people might say, oh, you're mean for saying that. Really? Because people could perceive this as mean because they expect you to take the bare minimum of what they are giving you. Okay. They're not trying to give you a real honest version of themselves. They want to give you the bare minimum and they expect you to swallow that. So you may come across mean. I'll use an example. One time I was talking about a future tattoo that I wanted, and someone said to me, oh, well, and I've heard this so many times. I don't even remember who said this because it's just one of those things. But I'm just using it as a general example. Oh, but you're so pretty. You don't need any more tattoos. And it was kind of like, well, I'm not asking for your permission. And they got offended. And it's kind of like you're getting offended because of the story you're telling yourself, not
Yeah,
because
and
of
it's
my
just they don't even take
delivery.
it as a conversation. Society anymore, like no one knows how to speak to each other. No
Right.
one knows how to talk to each other. No one is even given someone like the common decency or the benefit of the doubt.
Like these
Or,
women who get plastic surgery, like what do I care if you get lip filler? What do I care if you get Botox? If that's what you want and makes you feel better, who am I to criticize you that you want to make changes to yourself? Me personally, I have always been that person that's extreme. I do everything extreme. I'm like a thumb that just stands out no matter where I go. That has always been me. So for someone to say, you got to turn it down, it's like, no, I don't. If I'm too much for you, it's maybe because you're too little for yourself. That is not, that's not my
yeah,
prerogative.
you
So
cannot never be make your tell somebody I will not be less to make you feel better.
to make you feel more, I will not be less.
Yes.
Absolutely. I will not diminish myself. All right. So thank you for that, Dawn. And for you guys at home, make sure you put the comment in your comment section there, what you felt like stood out from that message about setting boundaries, and where do you feel like you need to be stronger at setting boundaries at in your life. And you can put that in the comment section below and I'll highlight it. So we're going to jump into what we call now a divine experience, Dawn. And
Okay.
this is where we give the collective a 1 minute energy session. And so, you guys at home, who, if you've never seen this program, welcome. This is why I ask you all to bring your water, because during this feed, a lot of you actually shift and then you message me afterwards, like, whoa, I'm crying, I'm shifting. And that's because you were open. If you participate in watching this fully, just surrendering, this is not a TV program. There's actually little twists to this program because when I open this program, and there's more energy coming in now, because when I open this program as an integrated energy therapy master instructor, I work with the angels. I open an angel grid and it's programmed to this feed. And so this is why we're shifting as the program is going through. So make sure if you're feeling lightheaded while you're watching, that you're staying grounded and that you're drinking your water and taking nice breaths in. Okay. All right. So the divine experience is a 1 minute assessment. So first and foremost, I'm going to ask everybody at home, what are you feeling, including you, Dawn? From 1 to 10, just take a moment and close your eyes and notice: 1, this is the least amount of energy I can have today. And 10, this is the most amount of energy I can have today. And put that in the comment section below now.
Out in a while. It's at a 10, and that's not exaggerating. It's just I feel a lot better that you already helped. I mean, she's always like that. She's just this. She radiates it. So
Aw, thank you, friend. I am just a door, right? So
yeah.
I feel like uh I feel like I'm at a 9. I feel like I'm at a strong 9. Although I feel like this Scorpio season has me and a lot of people already like this. Hi, Renata. Renata says, this is so relevant to what I'm going through. I've been speaking my truth and called difficult. The difference
No, you're
is I
not
know my
difficult.
worth and truth, and being disrespectful is not okay. Absolutely. People start to call you like prissy or like you're too much or too hard to please. We as women, especially, that's a difficult woman. A difficult woman is a woman who knows her worth and sets her boundaries. You know what I'm saying? That's a difficult woman, but you're not. Tiffany says, setting boundaries with my mom was rough but needed. In our family is really difficult. I feel like the most difficult is setting boundaries with our family because they're in our field all the time. So it's like we set up the wall, they knock it down. So we have to reset it up, they knock it down again. But if you keep doing it, people get tired of being told the same thing over and over again, right, Dawn? So then they
Oh yeah,
eventually they get it.
they do.
Okay, so
It's
yeah.
it's being called difficult. I mean, like I said, anybody could be called like difficult because, but that to me, when someone says that to you, and you like stop them and you actually just draw that line and give them a boundary or whatever,
Oof.
it's where they tell you you're being difficult or you're ungrateful or whatever. If it's a control issue, they have control issues. You don't because you're setting the boundary, but they have control issues.
Right. We cannot. That's their own lens. Tiffany says she's at a 7, and I'm heating up already, so I'm ready to go. Miss Cindy says she had a 7. I'm sweating. I'm holding so much energy now, like I'm sweating. Judith is at an 8. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna ask everyone to set their phones to the side if they're in your hands, because you're not gonna need it physically in your hands. Place your palms facing up because that's the receptive position, and we're gonna do the divine experience. I'm gonna call in the team, and we're gonna open the floodgates. And I feel like today, since we are doing the royal you, we're gonna all close our eyes now and just set an intention to bring out that royalness in ourselves, that worthiness in ourselves, to release the contrast of low self worth within ourselves. And we breathe that into our body, breathing it down into our lungs, which the throat and the lungs represent shame. And as we exhale, we're releasing all that shame out of our body. Nice long exhale out. Nice. Breathing back in and just focus on that crown chakra. This is where we hold on to our guilt, breathing that in and letting go of those stories of what we should or shouldn't have done in the past and letting that go. And on the next one, we're now going to breathe in our new worth. This is the worth that may be hidden underneath all the layers. And breathing that in, letting it go. Yes. And just recognize and tell yourself and know within yourself, I am worthy, I am wealthy, I am wise, I am valuable, I am kind, I am balanced, I am truth, I am light. And breathing in one last time and letting go of old stories, giving permission to release what no longer serves you. And then we're going to bring that left and the right palm to touch one another in front of our heart space. We bow to ourselves and our guides and our angels. Namaste. And you can pick up your phones now, wiggle your fingers and your toes, and open your eyes once again. Please do not stand. You might be lightheaded. We call this blissful. Okay, this is energy moving through you. And once again, please drink your water because new electricity is coming within your body, and electricity flows best through water. Okay, so cheers to that. And if you would like a private session with me, a full session, we can go through your cellular memory and remove blocks and illusions from within you. Please check me out on Facebook, or you can email me as well. All right. So now notice where you guys are at energetically from 1 to 10. Let me know in the comment section below. Dawn, starting with you, where are you at energetically?
10 and spiking.
I
10
love
and
that.
spiking. Yeah, it's actually it's really really good. Like my head's a little swimmy, but that's just the good energy. That's all.
I feel like I have a heating pad on my lumbar. I was about to reach around to turn it down.
Oh,
I'm
I need
like,
one of
wait a
those for my
minute.
shoulder.
there isn't one there today. Oh, that's funny. I'm at a 10 now. I feel really good. I also feel energy in my crown chakra moving down, and I could feel a little release right here in the right side temple. And I could feel as a collective for all of you guys at home, the neck, which is the area of threat, and the shoulders, the area of responsibility. I feel a lot of that being released from a lot of you guys here.
Yeah, mine's tingling.
Nice. And Renata went from an 8.5 to a 9.5. Thank you, Renata, for sharing. Let's see. Judith, I don't remember if this was your before or your after number. But Judith said 8. It might have been your before number and I didn't catch it. Yep, that's exactly what it was. All right. Let's see. Cindy says her neck for sure. So there we go. And also a 10. And then I'm feeling somebody in the stomach as well. It's more like towards the left part of the stomach. So that's what we have for that. Thank you all for sharing that with us. Make sure you're drinking your water. So, Don, you said you were doing this um, paranormal experiences. Let's talk things paranormal. Now, I normally don't talk paranormal on this show, but I figured this is Halloween time, so I think we have free reign of paranormal today. And so, would you like to share one of your spooky stories with us? Maybe something that made you go bump in the night, or you
Oh,
didn't realize.
I've got a whole book. Um, but I will tell. There's one. It's one of them. I lived in Ben Salem. I'm originally from Philadelphia, but I moved to Ben Salem in 2004, and I lived right off Unionville Road on in Park Avenue Apartments. Let me tell you, the land I found out over time, the land there was bad. You know what I mean by that? The land was bad. That whole complex was haunted. I mean haunted, and then being Wiccan, I had to ward my house as in guard. Like put salt down, like my windows, everything, because the spirit and energy are drawn to magic, or and like I said, and I always tell people, Wicca is a religion. It's an earth religion. It celebrates the elements and the moon and the sun and the stars and the seasons. With the witchcraft and like the spell work and whatever and the energy work within it is a tool, because
Okay,
witchcraft
okay.
is a practice,
So
right?
you do
So
not have, just for the understanding of the collective, you do not have to be Wiccan to practice spell casting, and
exactly,
spell casting does
that's called a
not make you
practice then.
Wiccan.
Yeah, exactly. You can be a witch and not be Wiccan. It basically comes under under different pagan sects of
Yeah,
like
because I think
different
there's a lot
religions.
of confusion and misconceptions about that.
Absolutely, and I try to explain it as best as I can. Um, but as far as the paranormal thing, the woman who I actually met that taught me Wicca, we became partners. She was from Hatboro, PA. She's still there. She still runs it. But basically, we went to, if everybody here knows where New Hope, Pennsylvania is, we went one night in the fall. And I think it was going on to be, we had just come out of full and we were going into a new, but I'm telling you, the moon that night and the energy that night felt off. I mean, off, like bad off. And there was the moon in the sky had like a red cast to it. So we planned on going to. It's called. Everybody knows it is Crybaby Bridge, and the real name of it is Van Zant Bridge. The legend of it is that, and a lot of states actually have them, where a woman, back in like the 17, 1800s, became pregnant out of wedlock, and her family was very upset with her for it because that just wasn't done and in those times. And she basically went to that bridge that night and threw herself and that baby, no, or threw the baby into the creek and then hung herself in the center of the bridge. And then also that was also used to hang horse thieves.
Hmm.
Well, you could literally see, if you stood back from the one entrance facing into the bridge, I could see darker energy moving back and forth within the bridge. And usually, when you leave a place, if you go spirit hunting, ghost hunting, which, you know, usually say when, you should do protection before you go and as you leave, because there are things that can follow you.
Understood.
Okay, they can follow you. And so we got a little nervous because sometimes, the state troopers or the New Hope police will come by and ask people to leave. The other odd thing was in the distance, and I've heard a lot of these legends, and not just, they're called ghost lights. You could see in the distance almost like somebody with a flashlight or look like a lantern swinging. And there was nobody coming. All it was a light. So basically, we didn't usually will say anything that is here must remain here. You are not allowed to follow me.
Mm.
So we got in the car, and that night I had fell asleep with the TV on. And usually, if I felt something or whatever, you ever just like sit straight up out of a sleep,
Yes.
just because you feel something, you sit. I sat straight up like a needle, and at the end, crouching at the end of my bed. See, she's feeling it. At the
Mm-hmm.
end of my bed was a somewhat see-through shadow figure. Okay, a shadow man, and he saw me, and he got up and moved slowly, and he ran out of the room. And I'm one of those people. And I think, Dominique already knows that I'm one of those people. I don't run away from it. I'll run after it because it's
That's
in
my
my
girl.
house. What do you do? What do you do? What are you doing in my house? No, 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 no. Okay, and I'm like, oh, here we go. Oh, and then I realized what I did. So I went and he was gone. So the next night, I fall asleep again, and I need a night light because I'm a night owl. She knows where this is going. And let me tell you, I was uncomfortable. For some reason, I laid down the other end of the bed. And all of a sudden, I feel the bed jerk. And I hear metal clang, like, it's on the frame of the bed. I hear metal clang, and I'm like, what's that? So I look over at my husband. He's still. He usually snores like a Tyrannosaurus Rex, and but he was not moving. He was not doing anything. And I laid there, and I laid awake, and my bed shook again. And that was the second time, and I watched my husband jiggle, and I went, and I jiggled, and something was kicking my bed. So I ignored it, and I got up the other end of the bed. I'm like, and I'll say to something, look, leave me alone, go away. You don't belong here. First of all, you got a nerve coming in here, staring at me last night, now kicking my bed. I know it's the same thing. Well, I couldn't see him, but I could feel him, and he would not leave, not leave. And he was in my closet, near my closet, going, get up, get
Oof.
up. You know you want
Oof.
to get up. You know you want to see me. You know you want to see me. Come on, you know you want to see me. So finally, I sat up and I said, "Okay, manifest. Not to be silly. I said, appear. If you want to show me yourself so bad, let's see you." Because I'm thinking this is annoying. I said, kick my bed. You're staring at me at one point. Okay, I think I know where you came from, but you need to go.
Right.
And I felt compelled to go out in the living room. And if you ever feel compelled and it's not your own will, if you see something like that or something's doing that, do not go. Force
Mm.
yourself, will yourself, pray or pray to whoever the higher power you pray to, and ask them to guard you. Because if you feel compelled to go out and sit in your dark living room because something is making you feel that way, even don't leave the house, don't do anything. So what did was I got up and defended myself. I got up and I got the salt and water and the sage, and I chased him out. And then the following day, I did a black candle to banish evil and negativity, and I lit a white one to bring in protection. Couple nights pass. My partner Pam calls me and goes, "Dawn, something's wrong." And I said, "Oh God." I said, "What's wrong?" She said, "I was sleeping out in the living room, and I woke up, and this dark figure was standing over me." And she said, "I lay there because I was so scared." And she said, "He walked away." She said, "Then my husband was out. I thought my husband had come to bed." And because she said, "I heard somebody come in my bedroom." And I said, and this thing was going through her books and her papers. And
Oh,
I'm like, this
wow.
thing is super intelligent. And I said, Dark Shadow Man? She said, yeah. I said, he needs to go. He was here. I said, I think he followed us from the bridge. And I said, he tried to compel me to be alone with him and whatever. And he was very annoying, kicked my bed, stared at me. And what I did was, my husband wasn't home. I had no ride. So over speakerphone, I had to help her bless her house because this thing won't leave her alone. Couple days after that, my mother called me. My mother, God rest her soul, she'll be gone 7 years next July. She, yeah, I know it's harsh, isn't it?
She
So
has heavy.
yeah, she calls me and she goes, "Where did you go?" I said, well, "Mommy, what do you mean?" She goes, "Dawn, where did you go? Have you been anywhere?" And I said, "Mommy, what do you mean?" And she goes, "Did you go ghost hunting recently?" And I said, "Yes, Mom, yes." And she goes, "I know that you're trying to do it professionally and this and that and the other thing, and that you're studying it and everything, but I, I said, she said, "Did you have issues recently?" I said, "Yes, Pam and I both had an issue." She goes, "Well, whatever happened, something slapped me in the back of my head." I was like, I felt, the guilt, because my mother was one of those kind of people, and I think I told you before, where my mother could close her eyes, not even be asleep, and she could see things from the past. To people, strangers. She didn't even know. I don't even know what to call that. I don't think that's
Mm.
remote viewing. I always wanted to ask you. There's got to be a name for that. You know what I mean? There's got to be a name for that. I now developed over years, like I'll actually get a flash of something in full color and not be asleep.
There are
But
people
this,
who can look back who look back and they just that's an Akashic record reader because you're looking through time. That's the Akasha. It's already has been and what will be.
that's and she saw people like like she said it looked like the Pilgrims, like a mother
Mm.
walking along a road with a daughter, and then I thought later on, I'm like, well, wait a minute, like, you know, somebody else told me about me being living in Salem, and I've been there once, and I am so drawn to that place. I think about that place every single day. Every single day, I think about that place since I've left it, and I want to live there. I mean, like, I'm actually that drawn to it. I want to see New Orleans too, and I have family from the South, so I'm very drawn to there as well.
So she knew
Um,
about this thing, but were you able to get rid of it?
oh yeah, we threw him out, but the thing was, Pam said she could tell for a couple of days that he was outside her window and wanted to come back in. I said, no, you already know. You light that black candle by that window, on your nightstand with the white candle. And I said, if you have any more problems, I will make haste to come there and help you.
Wow.
Hold on, my
Wow.
son's coming
So
up.
it was a collective effort, but you guys were ultimately able to ban it and knowing you were in the midst of becoming a professional paranormal ghost hunter and inadvertently brought it back. And this was something that we
It
had
was
to
an
learn.
accident,
And
pure accident.
of course,
You have
through
to be so
experience.
careful. You have to be so careful. If you go to a cemetery, especially at night, you need to be careful because
Yes,
there are things in this that gravitate into our dimension that people don't believe in. People believe in angels. Mostly, people will believe in whatever. And in my Wiccan path and ghost hunting path, it's where I wound up helping people with entities specifically like that.
I understand.
And I took a couple classes. There's a man, I don't know if you've heard of him. His name is Dave Giuliano. He was the head of South Jersey Paranormal, and I'm trying to remember the other thing. Also wrote. He had the Ghost Hunter store there. It moved to Gettysburg. There's still an online store for Philadelphia. It sells all the equipment and everything, but he would give classes,
Mm.
and he wrote a book called The Armor of God, and he became a lay exorcist like Ed Warren. And he told me,
We have 2 minutes to wrap this up,
oh, I'm
Dawn.
sorry, I'm sorry. He said, if you keep bringing yourself or around that, you were meant to do the work.
Absolutely.
If you keep running into it.
Absolutely. And I think that's with anything spiritual. Don't think this has been a great story. Don't go anywhere. Okay.
No,
We're
no.
going to come right back after a word from our sponsor. So we'll be right back.
No one ever sees me, I'm losing every battle. No one ever sees me, I'm losing every battle. No one ever sees me, I'm losing every battle. Can somebody save me, I'm losing every battle.
Thank you for returning to Divine Encounters, thought-provoking, inspiring content bringing you live streams every Sunday and Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Today we have Ms. Dawn, who just shared with us a wonderful, beautiful, supernatural story time all about her paranormal experiences. So thanks, Dawn, for her to be here today, in lieu of whoever else was supposed to be here today. So this worked out perfectly. Dawn, I like to jump into something, and this is a intuition building exercise for you and for the collective at home called the Apollo Games. So if you're at home, grab the kitties, grab the husband, grab the wife, and let's play the Apollo Games. So if you get this right, you're going to get from me, the Oracle of Apollo, a social distancing high five. And the question of today is, what will I reveal? And here's your options. So just take a listen.
What kind of store will I reveal? Candy store, leather store, magic store, sardine store. Put your comments below. Now.
Okay, so your question was, what am I about to reveal? Put your comments in the comment section below. It was a store. Which store am I revealing? Okay, Dawn, what kind of store am I revealing?
I think it's a magic store.
Magic store. Okay, Judith says it's a candy store. Cindy says it's a leather store. Does anybody else want to take a guess here before we show the answer? Put it in the comment section below. And remember that there is no right or wrong answer here. This is just refining your intuition. Your intuition is something that helps guide you through the day. So that way the choices and decisions you make you start to recognize that they are for your highest and greatest good. And this is why we play this game. And if you enjoy playing these games, make sure you follow me on my TikTok with the other 35,000 other people that are on there. And I post about 5 games a week and empath intuitive building. All right, so let's see what the answer is.
What kind of store will I reveal? Candy store, leather store, magic store, sardine store. Put your comments below. Now, reveal time. Did you say sardine store,
I know that's the weirdest thing ever. In Portugal, there were sardine stores everywhere, just thousands and thousands of cans of they look like beautiful, beautiful stores of just sardines. I was so clueless to that. I was shocked. But high
Gotta be a
five
big
if you
thing
got
there.
that on the replay. What did you say, Dawn?
I said, it was. I know it was sardine store, but like it was it sardine store that you were revealing, or is it candy store?
It looks like a candy store, but it was a sardine store.
Well, it looks posh.
Yes, and there were so many with different themes, and they were all like really high poshy stores. Very beautiful.
It must
All
be
right.
just it must be a big food thing there then. So
Yes, it is a big food thing there. Everybody there eats sardines. I do not like sardines.
boo.
Not
Hard
even a
pass.
little. Yes,
Hard
hard.
pass.
That's a hard pass for me. My mom says I didn't know that was a thing. Yes, I didn't know that was a thing, and so I got to Portugal. Okay, so we're gonna jump in now into the midweek collective energy check-in. So, if you have never seen this before, it's basically the collective energy for the rest of the week. Dawn, I'm going to put you back in the green room for a few minutes, enjoy some fruit roll-ups, and we'll bring you back out after the midweek collective, and you
The
can share
only
your
green
thoughts.
M&Ms, right? The only bowl.
Only
Just
you only get green M&Ms and green Skittles. That's it.
yep.
Okay, I'll see you in a moment.
Okay.
All right, jumping into that midweek. Let's go.
There is a button. It's a very sexy button. It says subscribe on it. I wish I could click on it, but YouTube won't let me.
Very interesting first card today, because if we remember the good news, and this always entails the good news, we had that Royal You card this morning as the collective message. So here's the first card, and this is what we need to know as the collective today. And it says, an illusion of feeling trapped, a lack of self-confidence, afraid to take action. So we need to step into that royal sense of self, stepping into our confidence, letting go. I want to just point out, I don't have anything here to point with, but I just want to point out those unicorns. So I have a marker or something in here. Those unicorns in the background. And I kind of feel like this other unicorn that's in the foreground is kind of like running away from them. It's almost like when you watch little kids bully like another little kid, like something is making you feel excluded, but this is an illusion. So if we set the proper boundaries, we recognize that actually we were never excluded to begin with, and maybe we're just around people who don't truly appreciate us for our value because they're expecting to give us the minimum and make us eat it. And because we're not going to do that anymore, because we're going to set boundaries now, and not accept that, we might feel ostracized. But that's okay, because when we let things go that do not serve us, universe replaces that with things that do serve us and bring more value into our day-to-day life. This is how we can grow fertility with the Ostara. Ostara is also the Make a Wish card, Wish Upon a Star card. It is a perfect time for you to start new projects, access new ideas, and give birth to new conditions. So, whatever it is that you are dreaming that's on the horizon, allow yourself to really embody that. Be so in love with your future that every day you wake up and you recognize, I'm going to be the facet of myself that's going to manifest that future for myself. And the moment you start thinking about yesterday's problems, you are the victim of the past. So this is how we can let what we need to let go. Emotions are running high. The super moon card here, moon representing our fears that are underneath the surface. Right now, we're in Scorpio season. And if you've been watching my wall, my TikTok, or even my Instagram, I'm having a series this week about guilt and Scorpio season. So please go check that out. But emotions running high, these are fears and things that are holding you back, labels and conditions that you're putting on yourself. And it might feel like there's too much going on. So this is a really good time to do shadow work. If that is a new word to you, I would go to YouTube and type in shadow work meditation and start to work on that immediately. Then we have here the animal for the week. We have bat. And just like I said, this animal represents seeing through the illusions into our own personal individual truth. Illusions are those things that are lies that we tell ourselves, beliefs or programs that have been programmed into us, believing and we believe them, so they minimize us and don't allow us to step into our full power. So if we let those things go, then we can really flourish. And then we have here the message from heaven. If I had only known then what I know now, I would have lived differently. This is the message from the ancestors to you. And then finally, we have here the angel blessings cards. And these are not messages, but actual blessings that are being expedited into your field right now. And we have beauty and travel being expedited into you right now. So make sure you claim that in the comment section below. Dawn, I'm going to bring you right back on here.
Okay.
And then let me know like a little 2-minute version of what you feel about this collective message. And then we're going to do your reading. So we did the illusion with the bat, emotions running high, fertility, and illusions of being trapped again. We have it twice.
I would definitely tell people to do their shadow work, because I experienced it where I really had to do that. It's just reviewing, and it's unloading baggage from your
Yes.
past. It's unloading baggage from your past, and it's where I even had a dream that I was like in my grandparents' old house, and literally I felt like something was throwing me around the living room, and then part of the dream was I was back in my bedroom here where I live now, and there was a younger version looking of me with hair in her face, and she was just reaching out to me, and I'm like, and had the same pajamas on that I had in the dream, and I'm like, Jesus, like,
Wow.
excuse my language, but like I was like, oh wow, this is, and a girl that actually used to be my hairdresser, she moved out to Lancaster, but she said, you really need to she's younger than me, she's like a daughter to me, she said, you need to do your shadow work, you need to unpack a lot of that past stuff and just do soul searching and review it and self, cleansing. And if you hear a cat meowing in the background, it is my familiar, my black cat Egypt. He's loud.
No worries. Thank you so much for your thoughts on that. Okay, Dawn, you are the woman of the hour. So we're going to go ahead now and pull your cards for today. Dawn was the winner for this week because she shared on Sunday. And you do
I
not
always
have
share.
to. Thank you so much. And you
You're
do
welcome.
not have to just share Sunday. You can also share this feed, Wednesday night's feed. I check both.
Sure.
And then I let Spirit choose who's going to get the message for the following week. And then I'll bring you on and bring you a lovely message the following week. So thank you everybody for sharing. When we want blessings in our own lives, we have to be a blessing for others. And you are not just being a blessing by supporting and sharing this, but you're giving and delivering messages to other people you don't even know that need to hear these messages.
Whatever
So this
for
is,
our community. Yeah.
yes, absolutely. And this is also sharing the positive energy of this feed and the energy in general, the love energy that comes out. Okay, Dawn, this is what we have for you at this moment in time. The card spread is know, grow, and let go. So your first card, is that in camera? Yes. The first card, I'll bring it up big so you can see it. Stretch your wings and fly. Don't underestimate yourself. Assert your independence and creativity. And the key messages here are confident, warm, intelligent, and graceful. And she is the queen of fire, which we know her to be the queen of wands. So she is a fiery, passionate woman. She's very in her emotions, but she's an active woman. She's not a woman who is passive. This is like the difference between Breakfast at Tiffany's. What's her name? I forget the lady's name.
Audrey Hepburn.
And Marilyn Monroe, right? They're both beautiful women, but when Marilyn Monroe walks in the room, she commands a presence with how sensual and her energy is. So it's a very fiery energy. It's nothing that she's actively doing. It's something that's already inside of her. So this is what you need to know, that you have this already inside of you. And this is, this is grow. You have more fire. So shock and awe here. You have Vesta, who is the spirit of the home, spirit of the hearth. Your household situation is improving.
Yes.
It's either going to be through a move or a healthy change in the occupants. So there is shift here. And to honor Vesta in ancient Greece, they used to light fire and it would just be burning continuously for her. So you have a lot of fire energy here moving around you right now. So I like this for you. This is very positive energy coming in for your home. I also feel like this has to deal with your finances. I can feel that. There's like a deterioration of a debt or something. Something's falling away. That's very, you know what? It might even be on your credit score. I don't know. It feels like something.
I hope something falls away and
Something.
I'm also, all the fire you reading, I am a fire sign. I
Ah,
am an
okay.
Aries. I'm April 8th.
And then this is what we have for your let go. You and your loved ones are safe. New moon in Cancer. So there is a concern here for loved ones. Maybe it's a risk. Maybe it's a change. Maybe it's, there's something here that wants to be done, but it's like there's a wall. So it's like, okay, let's not do that because there is a concern for safety. Maybe for safe, maybe you want to move. Maybe this place it has not served you anymore. But it's saying you and your loved ones are safe. So I feel like if there's something that you want to put into action right now, that now is the time. No matter what this new thing is, this is the time to do that. So that is letting that go because you have a lot of safety, especially with Vesta being with you. Oh, look, you have cow as your animal right now.
Ooh,
And it says give with unconditional love and grace because there's nothing else to worry about. And cow in India is very, very sacred.
sacred.
Yes, and look at the angels that you got with it. Archangel Raphael, angel of healing, and compassion, Mary. You have Mary right here at the end there. And your message from heaven, if you so need it from your ancestors,
Oh, yes.
I see all of your thoughts. Whatever these concerns are for your children or for your extended family or for your immediate family, I feel like it's just like surrender that to your ancestors right now. I also am getting an understanding. There's a lot of pain in my hands from somebody that's with you. Oh boy. I don't know, somebody with arthritis. But it says, I see all your thoughts, and I feel like right now it's a good, oh, that's kind of weird. They're telling me to tell you to put some milk on the altar for your ancestors,
Okay.
for this Halloween.
Yeah,
Yes.
my ancestor table, yeah.
Yeah, but there's a lady here I feel like she has arthritis in her hands, but she
It
wants,
could be either one of my grandmothers.
okay. This one was good at checkers.
It's probably my mother's mother. She used to get what they called gut feelings.
Ah, okay, okay. Understand the making of the moves. And then we have here your angel blessings, empowerment, more fire. You have more fire here. So there's a move that wants to be made, and it's like, okay, maybe you don't even recognize it right now, but there's a move here that needs to be made. There's a lot of heat coming in. And prosperity. Look at that.
Oh,
Prosperity and empowerment. Look, finances. This is finances. It's something here's falling away. You're being empowered to take a risk, is what I want to say, or to do something or journey. There's something here that you need to do that has not been done, that needs to be done, that's going to bring you financial door opening. That is what I have to say about this. And this penny pinching woman with the arthritic hands, is saying go for it. This is what I have for that. All right, Dawn, this is what I have for you. I hope this serves you. And thank you so much. You've been a big blessing today for all of us.
You're welcome.
And for sharing
You're
your
welcome.
story. You have a question down here that you can comment afterwards because we're going to wrap up right now because we have only 45 seconds left of the show. And the question for Dawn was, any recommendations for empaths? Also, Judith, if you go on my TikTok, I put an empath test every single day to practice that. Again, Dawn, thank you so very much. You guys know how to get a hold of her, and she'll put her comments and her information in the comment section too.
Okay.
From me, everybody, thank you very much. I hope you join me Sunday night for your horoscopes, all of them in random order. And I'm live streaming every Sunday and Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Next week, I have a super fantastic guest. She has 700,000 followers. Her name is Dr. Janine, and she's actually an empath. She's a therapist, but she's going to be talking all about empaths and our superpowers. So this is really pretty much in alignment with everything that's going on right now. May you all go in love, light, and wisdom to know thyself, love thyself, and remember the divine always has your back. Ciao.